please welcome the amazing Katey Healy-Wurzburg.
Amazing. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Megan and I live together. In sin. No, it's true. I like her as a roommate. My old roommate, who moved out of your room, owes me $200 in back utilities. So, if you guys see her, give her a mean look and be like, hey, Katey says hi. She actually does take improv classes, so I'm not gonna say her name, but like, thank you, bam. I love these throws. Where'd you get these?
West Elm.
Really? It's the way to go. It's the way to fucking go. Classy as fuck. I love West Elm. You know what else I love is dieting and the idea that women need to be less. If they could just physically take up less space, in the world until maybe they die, that'd be great. I don't like that. But the underlying supposition of women and dieting is if you could just take up less space in the world so that we don't feel uncomfortable about how icky your bodies are, that'd be great. But to stay alive is like a vagina hole that we can, that would be great. But other than that, woo, go away. That's what when you're yeah, did you guys see, this has no transition, did you guys see Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World?
Yes.
Woo.
Yes. Thank you for being clear. Yes, I have seen it. I'm sorry to make fun of you for that, I just really enjoyed it. Yes, I saw it. It's the #1 movie of the world, I saw it. So I saw it too, and it's so bad, if you guys didn't see it, which almost everyone did. It's horrendous. It's really, really just so bad. But it's also one of those movies that sneaks up on you, because for the first 2/3, you're like, oh yeah, this is a cool movie. Yeah, cool shit's happening, this is cool. And then at a certain point, about 2/3 of the way through, everything falls apart, and no scene that follows bears any connection to any scene that previously happened. They're just like, no, we're running! What? Don't ask questions! It's just, and so the final, battle scene is, a T-Rex, fuck yeah, fighting a huge dinosaur that they've created out of, mixing all the, DNA of other dinosaurs, because apparently in this universe, people are born with dinosaurs. I fucking doubt it. Also, they're we can't tell you what's in this dinosaur. Well, we're the security staff. We need to know what's in the dinosaur so we can plan. No, it's a secret. Why? To make the rest of the movie make sense. It doesn't make any sense. So basically, this is cool, right? A T-Rex is run down out of his fucking cage, and we haven't seen the T-Rex the entire time. So we were like, where the fuck is the T-Rex? I saw Jurassic Park a million times. I want a fucking T-Rex. And then they let it out, and you're like, oh, it's fighting. This is super cool. And then what happens is 15 minutes of the dinosaurs fighting while the people run around in a circle around them for no reason. Why are we still here? If we leave, the camera leaves. So if the camera's not here, they can't see it. So we have to stay running around it, just almost getting killed, even though we could get away. But we can't because the cameras are of you. So if we leave, then the scene doesn't happen. And the movie's worse than it is already. Plus, it just didn't make any sense. Jeff Goldblum wasn't shirtless. Also, the very next day I went and rewatched the first one, and it is so good. You guys, it holds up. It's one of the best movies of all time. I went and saw it on my 10th birthday. Oh man, it was so good. I was referencing Jurassic Park once while coaching improv, and because I'm cool. And I was like, you know, it's like that scene in Jurassic Park, and the guy I was coaching was like, I haven't seen that movie. And I was like, how have you not seen Jurassic Park? And he was like, it came out after I was born. And I went, leave. You need to leave here. That's unacceptable for you as a person. There are grown-ups. People born after Jurassic Park came out are adults now. No, unacceptable. Oh, okay, so I have like a quick story that I want to tell you. So I live in an apartment, no big deal. Again, I live with Megan and one other roommate who is the worst person. But anyway, he's fine. He's just, I don't know what his problem is. When he met Megan, he went, oh, so you're a comedy babe too, huh? And then I made this face. And then we pretended it didn't happen until later. We were like, that happened, right? And it definitely happened. But anyway, so I was working from home last Friday, or last Thursday, and I hear this knock on my door from like a random dude voice, be like, are you home? Is anybody home? And I was like, fuck off. So I was like, what? And he's like, dude, are you home? Someone needs to get into your apartment. And I was like, no. And then I hear him go, she's home, come up here. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I've got a deadbolt and it's not coming undone. And then I hear like another voice, like someone's come up the stairs, and it's our downstairs neighbor who smokes like a chimney and has been mean to me every single time I've talked to her. So it turns out she's locked herself out of her apartment, and she wants to come into our apartment and climb down our fire escape and break into her apartment. She's in her 70s. Like on the early end, generous 70s. Okay, so, and she smokes a lot. She's visibly shaking already, just like, the issue of like not being in her apartment. So she comes in, and I'm like, all right, well, my roommate, who the fire escape is in my roommate's room, and she's at home, so like, I don't know. And I was like, well, it's fine. I'll like knock on her door, and I'm sure she'll be okay with it as long as we don't like, fuck her pillow or whatever. Like, so we go in, and I'm like, Megan, are you home? She's not home. So I go in and I like move her bed over, and it's already tight, like just to get around, and like I've had to go like this to get over the corner of the bed, and I'm like, you're 72. Nope, I'm doing this. So I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna break into your apartment. And you're sure it's open? And she's like, yeah, it's definitely open. Like, I'm 99% sure. And I was like, all right, cool. We live on 1st Avenue, and we live on the 4th floor. Fire escapes are scary. They're outside. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. So I finally get the window open, and like I have to like lift over, and I'm like, this is fine. I don't do yoga. So I get out and I climb down the fire escape, and I open the windows, like people, the lights are on. So I get the window open, and there's a woman inside, and she goes, excuse me, and I go, there's an old lady and she's locked out of her apartment. What? And then she went, what? And I was like, what? And then she came over and I was like, do you know an old woman? Is this 3A? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, there's an old woman? Do you live with an old woman? She said she's locked out. Is this 3A? And we had like a really confusing conversation until I was like, I'm gonna go back upstairs and check. I'm gonna go upstairs, but I'm really sorry for like just opening your window while you're home. Oh gosh, that's a terrifying situation. I'm sorry. At the same time being like, I'm glad I'm a white woman. Anyone else would have been murdered by now. So I closed the window. I closed her, I was like, sorry about that. And I climbed back upstairs and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And then I realized that I went to the wrong window. I went to 3A for the building next door. Not her 3A. So then I climb back down, I break into her apartment, I climb upstairs, I get upstairs, and I'm like, oh, you're in. And then we proceeded to have a 25-minute conversation about the history of apartments in New York City. And it was great. It was really great. I have one last thing. Is that cool? I want to look at it. I had like a couple thoughts I wanted to share. First of all, I wish they would invent underpants that were stronger than my pubes. Because so far, no dice. like over time. It's like they can't. They're stronger than that. Just make it out of pew. No, don't do that. That's gross. Don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. No, don't do that. And then also on Saturday, I woke up and I didn't feel good, and then finally I was very grumpy. I was like, well, I'm gonna make breakfast. And then I was like, oh, I've got 4 bagel bites left. I'm gonna make these. And I made them, and I like put extra cheese on them so they taste extra good. And then I was like, maybe I'm in a better mood now because I got these bagel bites. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm in a pretty good mood. Yeah, these bagel bites are good. I'm excited about these bagel bites. Put them down and started eating them. Burnt the inside of my nose! Because the bagel bite was stronger than me. I went like this, and it flipped up inside my nose. Burnt the inside of my nose. It's an actual burn. I put this here, like, can you see it? I'll show it to you. I'm 32 years old. Thanks, everyone.